Yo prefiero morir de hambre antes de ir a morir a un centro de reclutamiento donde me pueden hasta matar, hacer cosas más terribles que estar 8 días sin comer. Mi última comida fue el día lunes a las 8 de la noche y no tengo hambre, porque es más mi hambre de justicia y de tener una comunidad segura.
My name is Naomi and I am a Sonoma County local. I was born here in Sonoma County and I've grown up here my whole life, but I have been scared as a Latina woman. My skin color makes me a target no matter what against ICE, and there have been people who are citizens and have legal status in the United States who have been detained and held for over 4 weeks. It's scary. I carry my passport because I don't want, if I'm stopped for some reason, I want to be able to show that I am a United States citizen and I don't want to be taken anywhere.
What we want, what the coalition wants, what the migrant people of this community want is a law, a policy that prohibits any collaboration with ICE. I am with the Unitarian Universalist Congregation Santa Rosa, and our congregation adopted a resolution that we are a sanctuary congregation. And several other churches and congregations have done the same thing and become sanctuary congregations. Of course, we come at this issue of sanctuary from a moral stance. And we are an interfaith group, but we all carry the absolute call to work for oppressed people, to work against oppression, to work against racism. That's what binds us.
My name is Dan Vrooman and I'm 79 years old. I'm a former combat medic from Vietnam in 68 and 69. And ever since then I joined Veterans for Peace because I don't believe in war and what it does to the human condition. It's a dangerous process when you start dehumanizing people and you don't realize what you're doing. And that's kind of what we're seeing here as well. When Donald Trump, in his first term, responded to the atrocity in Charlottesville, he said, there's good people on both sides. Well, that kind of set up the groundswell that had been brewing for a long, long time since the civil rights legislation for fascism. And that's what we're looking at right now. This is cold, hard racism. And we're putting the burden on these poor, perfect victims when the burden should be on the white society because it's our burden, not theirs. What we're doing is criminal. And we need to own up. And so that's why I'm here on a hunger strike. I've been here since this is my 6th day, and I would do it again if I had to. Because we have to convince the Board of Supervisors that the first step, at least, is to come up with a sanctuary ordinance. And they seem to be reluctant to do that, which kind of boggles my mind.
Yo creo que en estos tiempos, a lo mejor mi invitación a los supervisores sería que piensen con el corazón. Ya eso es lo único que nos puede salvar, podríamos decirlo así. Porque sí entiendo su posición, entiendo su trabajo, pero necesitamos más humanidad, no necesitamos más como una máscara de porque yo soy el supervisor o porque soy la supervisora, no, aquí necesitamos gente con corazón que quiera realmente apoyar a la comunidad y yo estoy muy segura que ellos tienen familia, tienen amigos, tienen vecinos y tienen comunidad inmigrante. Entonces, que piensen por ese lado y que por un momento pongan un ladito su etiqueta de supervisores y que sean más humanos. Eso es lo que a mí me gustaría que ellos entiendan, que no les estamos pidiendo algo que ellos no puedan hacer. Solamente estamos pidiendo cosas que son muy básicas. muy básicas, y ellos tienen el poder porque están ahí en donde están, y pues mover sus piezas para que el sheriff deje de cooperar con la migra o con la inmigración, y que las personas que tienen delitos menores cumplan aquí sus multas, sus castigos o como le llamen, y tengan una segunda oportunidad, y también que la gente que está siendo arrebatada o secuestrada, como lo estamos viendo en otros lugares, más bien no queremos que eso pase aquí en el condado. Eso es lo que tenemos que ahorita estamos haciendo un plan de prevención para que no llegue a pasar eso aquí. Y esto de verdad de proteger la comunidad daría mucha fuerza al pueblo, porque ahorita se siente el desánimo del miedo, de la incertidumbre, de qué va a pasar, y todo lo que se está viendo es todo negativo. No nada más afecta a los inmigrantes, afecta a la comunidad entera. Entonces eso es lo que es mi mensaje para ellos, que dejen que sean un poco más humanos y que hagan las cosas que tienen que hacer para proteger la comunidad.
So I'm Edilia Mendez. I'm a Chicana artist based here in Sonoma County. I usually do work on my own, but I do work with the Raíces Collective from Santa Rosa. I do a lot of resistance art, a lot of cultural art, but I love doing art that tells stories. So all of my art, it's either from stories that I've heard or stories that I've lived. This is important for me because I'm first generation of daughter of immigrant parents. I'm the oldest of 4 kids, so I have a lot of, fear that my family would be separated. It had happened once, and I fear for it to happen again. And it's been years ever since, and I thought like that trauma, that I was over it and I had overcame it. But to be honest, like living now in like 2025 and being able to like see all of this on social media in real life and listen to all these stories and listen to all this fear that there's going on in our communities, it has opened up again like that wound. So it's important for me. It's important for me, for my community to stay together, for my family to stay together. It's important for my youth to like not feel that fear and that like sadness of like their parents being taken away or being separated from like their family relatives, and taking responsibility over like their siblings or over like grown adult stuff. So it's really, really, really freaking important for me. And that's why I show up, and that's why I'm here. And I'm able to like provide a little bit of colors, a little bit of like energy for our strikers and for our community.
Mi nombre es Griselda Valencia. Soy ciudadana desde hace muchísimos años. Vivo en el país desde 1980. Tengo 45 años acá. Y pero veo a mi gente que sufre como yo sufrí. Son presionados ahora por la migración, ¿verdad? Con miedo, con mucho miedo, la gente no sale porque aunque tenga documentos, tienen miedo de salir porque supuestamente se dice que también los apresan, y quién va a querer ir a vivir en esos lugares donde los llevan, los levantan, o sea, están haciendo secuestros. Esas personas hacen secuestros, levantan. Yo pensé que nomás en mi país se hacía, en México, y no, resulta que aquí también se apoderan de eso y se arman, traen uniformes que ni les pertenecen y ya hacen secuestros, levantan gente. Entonces lo que estamos luchando ahorita en esta oficina enfrente de la administración del sheriff, ¿verdad? Para que él ponga un alto a todo eso. Él tiene que cuidar la ciudad, el condado, tiene que poner de su parte. No podemos vivir así. Tenemos que mantener el pueblo fuera de migración, fuera de perjuicios, fuera de crimen, de pandillas y todo eso. O sea, tenemos que trabajar juntos, tal vez ellos con nosotros o nosotros con ellos para poder salvar nuestro pueblo.
El propósito más grande de esta acción es que el condado proteja a la comunidad y que pase una ordenanza santuario y que no se preste a ese juego político de la separación de familias y las deportaciones, como se ha venido manejando, ¿no? De que hayan redadas masivas y todo eso. Entonces, eso es lo que estamos haciendo ahorita con esta acción, demandando que pues, los supervisores, que es su responsabilidad como supervisores, protejan de acciones, no de palabra, nada más que ellos protejan a la comunidad actuando, no hablando. Solamente queremos ver que ellos presenten algo ya concreto, que es el plan de protección a la comunidad que tienen, pero nosotros estamos muy seguras que la única protección con todo lo que está pasando es tener pues que el condado sea una ciudad santuario, un condado santuario.
I feel like a sanctuary county, it means like living without fear. It means libertad. We talked about this the first day. What does sanctuary county mean to us? And a lot of thoughts came up of pretty much not, how do I say it? Like not living in fear. Like being able to walk around and like not look around like your surroundings and watch for, la migra or the cops. Since we have known that sheriffs have been collaborating with the migra, it means like to be safe. It means that it's a step forward to us being protected and this pretty much stolen land. So it's pretty simple on like how the sanctuary county would like help us out and help our people out, to just not live in fear and to actually be safe, and be united as one and not have to worry about anything like that.
What is happening right now in this country, I mean, it's a tsunami of absolute evil. And evil is not a religious word. Evil is an energy, just a pervasive cancer that is eating away at this country. This county government needs to do anything and everything it can legally do to stop this evil when it really hits our county. It has hit our county, and nobody wants to talk. There have been giant raids, and so, it doesn't make a lot of media, but people are being disappeared. And no one talks about that. The movement, the fascist, racist movement is moving up this state from LA to Sacramento, and it's headed here. $170 billion has been pumped into immigration enforcement. $42 billion of that is going to build detainment centers, prisons. We are going to have detainment centers very near us, and those detainment centers are going to be full. At first, they're going to be full of brown people. But right now, Trump has taken over Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is an overwhelmingly black jurisdiction, overwhelmingly. He's announced other cities that he's going to move to, and he's going to move to minority populations. Racism. That's why we strike. That's why 10 people starved themselves. into the 8th day. The sacrifice they made with their bodies, I mean, this is a radical action. And people were willing to do it, and most of them were Latina. And I want that to be known.
I am just filled to overflowing with what has happened here this week. I mean, there just really are not words for what this has felt like.
Yes. Amen.
This morning, we recognize and honor the radical commitment and deep resolve and sacrifice of 10 courageous people, most of whom are migrant women, and almost all of whom have gone without food for now into 8 days. I believe I speak for all of the faith leaders and all of the generous and compassionate people who have been here to support the hunger strikers when I say we have been blessed.
My name is Nassar Ahmed from Rohnert Park, California. When I'm not working in the hospital, I climb up mountains. And when I'm descending, I'm carving my own path. I'm not appealing to you. I'm appealing to your soul. I am afraid of what's going to happen if you don't pass a sanctuary ordinance in Sonoma County. You are afraid. You're afraid of what's going to happen if you do pass a sanctuary ordinance in Sonoma County. I think that the best time to be courageous is when you're scared. I will die on this hill because I've been to the mountaintop with my community, and we won't stop there because we believe in the resolute urgency of now, and we won't stop there because this is about our future. This is about the kind of world that we're living, what kind of worlds we want to hand over, what kind of world we want to pass on to our kids. My name is Nassar Ahmed. You may not know who I am, but one day you will.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Wendy Kohatsu, a resident of Santa Rosa and District 3. And Chris, I did vote for you. I'm also a medical doctor in this community working with underprivileged people of this county. And I've had the great privilege of being one of the medical doctors on site for many of the people you see here. 83 years ago, this government took action against Japanese Americans. Threw them without just cause, without due process, incarcerated them for the duration of World War II. They were called criminals, terrorists, and yet these are people who are hardworking people who contributed to the community. And this also included my dad, who was age 8, and my mother, who was age 3. Tell me what a threat they were to the American government at that time. Fast forward to now, we are seeing the same cards being placed out: injustice, racism, and terrorism within our borders, within our state. And so I ask the Board of Supervisors to consider what this is doing to your constituents, what it's doing here in all our districts. As a doctor, I'm seeing patients being terrified to even show up for appointments. We're seeing an uptick of children who are having PTSD by just trying to go to school, trying to get an education, like the rest of American citizens. So I ask, in the name of justice, in the name of fairness, I believe in a God who says all are equal, who says to love your neighbors, not to port them. And so I ask you to do the right thing, look at where history has taken us, and I ask all of you to stand on the just side of history. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Naomi Lossy, and I'm one of the hunger strikers. I've come here to ask you please to pass the sanctuary ordinance. I am terrified. I am a United States citizen and I carry my passport with me everywhere I go. I want this community to be protected. I want you guys to stand with us to protect our community.
Amen.
Please stand on the right side of history. I ask you. I beg you, please. I know you can't stop ICE, but you can help. You can stand with us and show us your support. Thank you.
And now I'd like to invite Reverend Aya Simpson Newberry, the minister of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation Petaluma, to do our opening prayer.
Reach out to the person next to you. Feel your feet on the ground. As we say, Spirit of life, of love, Spirit that moves through the universe that is so often hard to see. Your people call out for you now. In this time where the world can feel so scary, so hate-filled, we long for you. We search for you. We hunt for any possible hint that you are with us. And this morning, we are gifted with a witness of you, a witness of love. 10 people who are doing love in action, whose sacrifice is a reminder that the world is not just hate-filled, the world is love-filled. The world is full of people who are willing to sacrifice themselves for others and for the people they love. So in the coming days and weeks, when love is hard to find, I want you to feel bolstered and girded to action by the work of these amazing people. Next time, when the voice says, "Where is the love?" it'll be your turn to raise your hand and say, "It is here." I will be a witness. I will show love in action. That is our work. That has been their work. They have showed us the love that moves through this world. Let us never stop looking for it. Amen.
Amen.